Hello, everyone. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Relationship Realities. I'm Dr. Kimberly Clay. I'm your organizational psychologist, and we are going to talk about healthy communication in families on today. I'm so excited that you're here. First, I need you to go to that bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Yeah, that share button in that rectangle. Go there, hit the share button. Can we get at least 200 shares on this evening? Go there, hit the share button, share it to your timeline, share it to your friends' timeline, share it in your groups. I'm excited that you're here. We're here so that we can grow together, so that we can be better. We can be better parents for our children, better spouses, better friends. So welcome to Relationship Realities. We are here to grow together. Go ahead, like, share, and tag. Go to that bottom left-hand corner of your screen and hit the share button. We hashtag Relationship Realities so that we check into class. I'm excited about you being here. So go ahead and text this link to someone, call someone, and let them know, hey, Relationship Realities is on. Dr. Clay is about to share with us in this classroom experience. I need you to stay tuned with me for these announcements, and I'll be right back with you. Announcing a new book release, Dream Big and Win Journal by Dr. Kimberly Clay, PhD. Dr. Kimberly Clay is a passionate advocate for entrepreneurship and leadership building. Dr. Clay is a business coach and an industrial organizational psychologist. You can dream big and win. Dr. Clay has founded Inspire Vision Consulting Incorporated and is the founder of Family Vibes Counseling Incorporated. Dr. Clay always says you deserve to have the very best life possible. You can get Dream Big and Win Journal on Amazon.com, or you can go to her website at www.drclayleadership.com. That's www.drclayleadership.com, or text or call 972-589-8319. Go and purchase Dream Big and Win Journal by Dr. Kimberly Clay on Amazon.com. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Relationship Realities with Dr. Clay. I'm so excited that you're here. Go ahead and come on in to this classroom experience. Come on in, go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen and hit that share button. Yes, hit that share button. We're going to engage tonight. We're going to connect on tonight. We've been sharing on different topics relating to relationships, friendships, families, and we want to take that a step further on tonight and just move in the direction that takes us to a healthy place in life. We know that we have to be healthy individuals in order to live as healthy family units. So we want to help you get to that place. I am Dr. Kimberly Clay, PhD. I am an industrial organizational psychologist, and I am here to teach relationship realities to bring us closer together. I am the founder of Family Vibes Counseling Incorporated, which is a nonprofit organization which helps families, individuals, marriages. We work with teens, and we work with battered and abused women all over the nation. We'd like to open a battered and abused shelter, a Family Vibes Women Refuge near you. So contact us at 972-589-8319 to become a sponsor today. Go to that bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and hit that share button. I know you're tagging and you're loving the broadcast and sending up the thumbs up, but I need you to go to the bottom left hand corner, hit that share button, share it to your timeline, share it to your friends' timelines, as well as your groups. And once you get done with that, we're going to step in and engage in our classroom. Okay, we're going to get started, but first we want to give God a word of prayer. God, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for these, your people. We thank you for who we represent. We thank you for every individual, every man, woman, boy, and girl who shall watch this. God, we ask that you bless us, help us to love one another, help us to see each other for who we are. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, I love y'all so much. I love you so much. I'm so glad that you're here in Relationship Realities with Dr. Clay. We are going to talk about healthy communication in families. Healthy communication in families. We know sometimes what unhealthy communication sounds like, but we're going to teach how to have healthy communication in families. One more time before we jump into the meat of our lesson, go to that bottom left-hand corner of your screen. There's a rectangle there with the share button inside. Hit that share button, share it to your timeline, share it to your friend's timeline, and share it in your groups. And then we're going to go in. The way this classroom works, this is a classroom environment. There are no dumb questions or stupid answers, as Apostle always talks about. We're just so excited about sharing. So we want you to engage. I need you to, if you have questions that you like to put on the screen, or if you have questions that you like to inbox to our Family Vibes INC page or to my Dr. Kimberly Life Coach page, please feel free to do so. We want you to engage. We want you to get the most out of this environment. So let's jump in. Healthy communication in families. It's easy, very easy to get trapped in the negative communication patterns that we've learned, maybe from our own parents, who learned them from their parents, and so on. A lot of times, negative communication patterns have been passed down. That is not something that we want to impart into our children. In this generation, this is a generation who wants to know more. We want to know the truth. So we're going to break these patterns. We're going to break these generational curses, and we're going to find healthy, somebody say healthy, positive communication patterns. Y'all go ahead and check into class. Hashtag relationship realities, all one word together. Hashtag the # relationship realities, so that I know that you are in class on today. I can count you present in class. So we don't want to get trapped into these negative communication patterns that we may have learned from our parents and they learned them and so on. Using like hurtful language, things that we could say to hurt others, not even sometimes intentional, but using hurtful language that really hurts people's feelings because of the way that we're feeling inside. And it's true that hurt people. So that's not something that we want to do. So we're learning healthy communication. So we don't want to use hurtful language or not listening to a person when they try to communicate something to us that's very important to them. We don't want to convey the message to others that just because it may not be as important to us, that we shun them off or make the point that they're making very unimportant or take it lightly. We want to give them the attention and not use hurtful words or language that hurts that other person while they're trying to communicate with us. Remember that we are not our parents. Let's not, I don't know if y'all have seen that commercial before, the insurance commercial where I'm not going to say the name of the company, where they imitate their parents and are not even knowing, and the insurance agent is trying to break them. He has them in a training class so that they don't become their parents all over again. We want to, some of us have really wonderful parents, but we still want to be the better, the upgraded version, the 2.0 or the 3.0 version of our parents. We can choose to break the cycle of negative communication patterns by making choices that positively affect our child and our spouses in a home setting. So let's look at that. We're not our parents, so we don't want to duplicate bad behavior, but we do want to mimic good behavior, good habits in a family, such as something we picked up on early in life in my household was eating together, sitting at the table, actually consuming meals together. That's something we want to learn to do, is to find time to engage together. We want to pick up on the healthy habits and duplicate those, but get rid of the negative communication that happens between families. Somebody say, I want healthy communication in my family. I want healthy communication in my family. Say that in the comments. I want healthy communication in my family. So let's look. We're going to break the cycle of negative communication patterns. And we're going to choose things, make positive choices that will make a positive impact on our children who are here living in the home with us and our spouses. We can choose positive communication choices, including supportive and respectful language. Somebody say supportive, meaning creating a supportive environment, creating an environment that is conducive for more positive communication. And we want to be sure to use respectful language, especially with our children, our spouse, and other family members, as well as listening to them and trying to understand their point of view. Now, I'm going to bust a bubble right here for some. Guess what? Our point of view, our personal point of view, is not the only point of view. I know many of us are self-centered, thinking that we ourselves are the most important in the world, but our point of view is not the entire story. Everyone has a point of view, and we should be respectful of one another to make sure that we engage and allow the other person to share their point of view. There may be something really good that we gain by listening to the other person, and just by even entertaining their point of view and allowing them to speak, there may be small nuggets that we gain whereas we can tweak our behavior to get a more positive interaction with that person. Okay, so the first point I have is we're going to learn to problem solve without fighting. We're going to learn to problem solve without fighting. I have some steps to do this, but we're going to learn to problem solve without fighting. That is our lesson for tonight in healthy communication in families. We're learning to problem solve without fighting. Listen, I need y'all taking notes. I need you with the pen, paper out, either with your notes out on an iPad or another phone that you have. If this is your only phone that you're watching, I need you to keep your screen up, get you some paper and pen, and keep a notebook. Keep this all in your relationship realities folder, because I need us using these skills. I'm not on here just to say that I'm doing a show. I am here to help families. I'm here to help individuals. I want to see marriages get better. I want to see things get better. So I need us taking notes so that we can practice these things, these steps throughout the week, so that we can practice everything, every avenue that we've been given to have better communication, better families, better relationships. So look at this. All couples, all families, Every relationship has disagreements. Let's get that out of the way real quick. Every relationship, every friendship has disagreements over matters big and small. Big and small. It's just going to happen. We're humans. We have different points of view. We have different upbringings. We have different ways of thinking. So disagreements, big and small, are going to happen. But look at this. It's the way that we choose to approach disagreements. The way that we choose to approach it has impact on our children. Many of us unknowingly, sometimes knowingly, just don't care. Whichever way it would be, we have impact on our children, and sometimes it's very negative. That is not what we want to do. We want to approach disagreements in a way where a child can still feel comfortable. It's not a hostile environment. There should never be a time when grown-ups are discussing or communicating a disagreement and it makes a hostile environment for a child who is there in the home. That is not what we do. That is not what we're teaching. I'm teaching totally the opposite. We want to teach our children. They learn from us. We want to teach them how to approach disagreements without creating a hostile environment. So listen to this. We're talking about healthy communication in families. Nearly every family has children in that family, whether it be the biological children, guardianship, whether it be adopted children, nieces, nephews, whatever the case may be. We have to approach disagreements in a fashion where we don't create a hostile environment, where we don't create a huge negative, argumentative, anger inflamed, hate-filled environment. Children are sensitive to disagreements at home, in homes. Come on. I need y'all in the comment section. Give me your thoughts on that. Children are sensitive to disagreements in the home. Think about it. I'm just going to stay right there for a second. Children are sensitive. Get that note. Children are sensitive to disagreements in homes. They notice when your tone of voice changes. Sometimes we think that the child is not in on the conversation. They don't matter. We carry on all kind of negative conversations in front of the children, whether it be about parents or to the non-custodial parent or back and forth. That is not what we want to do. They notice the tone of voice when it changes. They notice how loud our voices get and the words being used. Are we using aggressive tones of voices towards each other? Are we cursing each other out? Are we calling each other names? That is not the kind of environment that we need to bring our children up in. Granted, many children nowadays are being brought up in that kind of home and it's being tolerated. And so the children are learning this type of behavior, and that's why we have a lack of respect on social media, a lack of respect in the world, on jobs, in schools, because children are learning negative behavior from home. So we have to look at the tone of voice that we use, how loud it gets, and the words being used. Just looking at this by itself will make us pay more attention to how we're dealing with disagreements. Learning to problem solve without fighting, okay? So when an issue pops up, try problem solving the issue together so that we can move forward and find solutions without getting bogged down with blaming. Have you ever played the blame game? Nobody wants to take the bulk of the fall for whatever is happening, for whatever disagreement is going on. So we blame each other. It's your fault that this is happening. It's your fault that that happened. That's not what we want to do. We want to find a solution. Y'all, this is huge. In every family, there are disagreements, but this is huge. If we can change the way that we disagree, if we can change the way that we talk about issues in family, especially when we have children involved in the mix, y'all, this will change the very dynamic, the very feel, the environment of our homes. So when an issue pops up, we try solving it together. Move forward without playing the blame game and using negative communication patterns. Negative communication patterns such as calling names, such as calling each other bad words, cursing. That's not even behavior that is acceptable. We don't want to do that. We want to show that we are better learned, better educated, more knowledgeable than to have to speak that way to each other. We want to show that we care more about each other than to use that kind of language. If these are people, think about it. These are people that we live with day in, day out. We don't want to use this type of language with one another. We don't want to put our aggression or our negative feelings out on the people who we really truly love. We're there with them because we've built a family foundation with them. Those are not the people we want to transfer the negative feelings onto. So first we decide a time and a place to talk. It's hard to talk. Can't be in a hurry. We can't be distracted. And I'm going to give you the steps that we're going to take. Step number 1. Once we figured out a time and place to talk, this is how we're going to set up healthy communication in family. Step number 1. Name the problem without using blame. Number 1, name the problem. We're going to name what the problem is without using blame. I'm not going to say, yeah, I need to talk to you about the problem you created. I need to talk to you about the house note that you didn't pay. No, we're going to name the problem. Make it simple, but we're not going to use blame. We're going to be neutral in the situation. Step number 1, make sure you get this. Name the problem without using blame. Consider these 2 approaches to a common problem. You never spend time with me anymore versus I miss spending time with you. Do you see the difference in that? If you said you never spend time with me anymore, that was placing blame. But if I say I miss spending time with you, I'm not starting the conversation off with blame. I'm not starting the conversation off with a negative connotation. I totally changed the way that I said it, but I didn't place blame anywhere. I'm leaving it open for the other person to explain why there may not be enough time that we've spent together, or what happened, or what situation caused it. So the first approach, it does put blame on the other person. When we say, you never spend time with me anymore, I'm immediately causing that other person to put a wall up, to put a guard up, because I've said, you did this. You never spend time with me anymore. While the second approach, it says, I miss spending time with you. It goes into my feelings, just expressing my feelings. It talks about how we can carve out more time for each other. It leaves it open. Do y'all see how this thing is working? Y'all let me know. Go to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen real quick and hit that share button again. Share it to your timeline, your friends' timelines, and to your groups. Share it. Somebody needs this. So that first approach, we wouldn't say you never spend time with me anymore. We would instead say, I miss spending time with you. Just leave it open. I miss hanging out with you. If it's a friend, I miss hanging out with you. If it's a husband or a wife, I miss us spending quality time together. Framing the problem in a neutral way. Framing the problem in a neutral, meaning not biased one way or the other. I'm neutral. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not taking the blame on myself, but I'm just saying there is a problem. Neutral. It's in the middle. Framing the problem in a neutral way ensures that your message will be heard. Many times when we bring up a problem and we immediately start blaming the other person, their hearing shuts down because they feel defensive because we've already started blaming them for this problem that we're bringing up. So just because I'm the one bringing it up doesn't mean that I necessarily am blaming the other person. I have to just bring up what the problem is and we frame it in a neutral way, okay? So name the problem without using blame. That's step one. So that it's neutral and that other person has a chance. Give them a chance to even put their input in to give some reason as to what may be going on to cause this problem that we have. They've taken out time to talk to us, so let's be nice. So name the problem. Don't miss it. Step number one, name the problem without using blame. Step two, I hope y'all are getting this. This is good. For those of you who may be just coming in, welcome to Relationship Realities. We're helping families, individuals, marriages to get better. We're growing better together. Steps to healthy communication in families. Get that. Step number one, name the problem without using blame. Step two, say what you want just for yourself. Don't try to talk for everyone else. Say what you want just for yourself. In this step two, be specific about what the problem is and avoid vague language. I mean, get to the point. Don't be ugly. Just get to the point. For example, what I want is for us to spend more time together like before we had Hannah. In a relationship or in a friendship, you may say, I want us to spend more time together like before we both got busy at work. We used to hang out. We used to meet for dinner or meet for lunch. Just get to the point. Say what you want for yourself, what you're longing for, what you're needing from the relationship. And it does a lot more than accusing or blaming the other person immediately. Step one was name the problem without using blame. Step two, say what you want just for yourself. Speak for yourself in step two. Now let's move to step three. Talking about learning to problem solve without fighting. This is good. Ask for the other person's point of view. Step three, ask for the other person's point of view. Do y'all see where this is going? Y'all, this is so good. This is good stuff. I mean, we are respecting each other's feelings. We are respecting each other's space. We're respecting each other's emotions. This kind of thing these steps creates a really good environment in which to discuss a disagreement, a really good environment to discuss problems or issues that we could have in relationships, because we talk about this. Relationship is not just romantic relationship. That's not the only type of relationship. That may be the first one that our minds jump to, but relationships are any human relations. It could be a employee boss relationship. It could be a pastor member relationship, a mother child relationship. And the list goes on, including romantic relationship. But these steps work. They apply in all of our human relationships. So step three, ask for the person's point of view. Find out what your friend or your spouse wants or your child. listen and acknowledge their feelings. Like I say again, we've taken out time to talk to one another. How about we find out each other's feelings? If I'm the one that brought up the conversation and I need more time with you, then I acknowledge what I like, and then I stop and give you space to express your feelings. I have to give you time to give a rebuttal. Y'all watch the judge shows, y'all watch the court shows on TV. You talk, you're the plaintiff, you're giving the complaint. And then you stop and then you give the other person leeway to discuss their feelings, to give a rebuttal to what you have claimed or what you have asked. So we find out what the other person wants. We listen, actually listen, so that we can process. Many times I've been guilty myself of thinking that I already knew what the other person was going to say, but that's not always necessarily true. And we want to keep that in mind when we're discussing and having issues and disagreements with people. We are not God. We don't know what people are going to say. They may have had a change of heart or a change of mind after listening to our complaint. So allow them to acknowledge their feelings. Look at this. Step 4. Step 4. Brainstorm solutions. Step 4. Brainstorm solutions. When we brainstorm, that means we come together and we list or name, write down solutions that may work. We're trying to work this out together. We didn't come to talk to argue. We didn't come together to cuss and fight. We are learning how to problem solve without fighting. Somebody say without fighting. Step 4, brainstorm solutions. Step 1 was to name the problem without using blame. Step 2, say what you want just for yourself. Step 3, ask for the other person's point of view. And now we're at step 4, where we brainstorm solutions. Come up with ways to solve this dilemma, ways to solve this problem, ways to cure this complaint without judgment. Without judgment, in a neutral place. Sometimes many of us don't know what a neutral place feels like. We've been so defensive for all of our lives. We've been so on edge. Come on. We've been putting up walls and been hiding behind walls for so long. We don't know what a neutral place is. We don't know what it is to try to understand another person's point of view. But how about we start that today? How about we turn over a new leaf and try to start understanding other people's point of view? Sometimes we'll learn that our point of view or our way of life is not necessarily the best or the most positive way of living or doing things. So without judgment, let's come up with solutions to the problem. We want to be creative. Be creative with ideas. It doesn't have to be something that we've even ever seen before. We can come up with something, try new things. For example, we were talking about in step 1, name the problem. We would say, I miss spending time with you. So here in step 4 in brainstorming, maybe we could ask my sister to watch Hannah every other Saturday night for us. Or maybe we could change our schedule so that in our friendship, we could change our schedule so that we have Friday afternoon available, so that we can do our lunch that we used to love to have on Friday afternoons, so that we're able to meet at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock and have our lunch because we haven't been spending time as friends together. If it's a romantic relationship, have someone to babysit every other week for us so that we spend that time. We don't just up and get mad at the other person and we haven't allowed the opportunity for that thing to be discussed. Y'all feeling me? Y'all getting this? Maybe we could ask my sister to watch Hannah every other Saturday night for us. There are simple things where we can be creative, where we can come together and work out our differences. We can work out our feelings without fighting. That is what I want for you, for your life, for your family. So that's step 4. Brainstorm solutions. Step 5. Decide on a solution that works best for both parties. For both of you, both parties, decide on a solution. Not just because the person said the solution doesn't mean it works for both parties. They put something out there. Maybe we use your solution and we tweak it some to make it work for both people. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is good. We don't just hop up and get mad and, oh no, it's not working. No, we have to be patient. We have to be willing to take time to listen to each other. Everything doesn't always get solved immediately in one sentence or in one moment. It may be a continuation of moments, but we've started and put the problem or the complaint out there and we've allowed each other time. Maybe we go and think on it. We go and write down solutions and come back together on a later date or a later hour, when we can come together with our ideas. Y'all see it? So that's step 5. Decide on a solution that works for both parties, for both people. And then step 6, check in with each other. How is the solution working for both of you? Do you need to make changes? Do you need to tweak the solution? Just because we came up with it and we tried it doesn't mean that it's locked in stone. We haven't mixed concrete and set it. It's something that we're trying. It's practice. It's just that we're tweaking our relationship. We're tweaking our friendship, and we're finding out what works best. If I can share something with you, people grow. As we age, as we get more experience, we grow. A lot of times, especially in romantic relationships, sometimes we're together so much, maybe you grow apart and you have to learn how to grow back together. So solving problems is a process. When you communicate effectively meaning in a correct manner, in a good manner that works for both parties. We work together and solve problems. We're modeling positive communication skills. Somebody put that in the comments. I want to make sure you get these notes. Modeling positive communication skills. Modeling, exhibiting positive communication skills, and creating a healthy home for our children. So we're coming closer together as a romantic relationship, as a spouse, coming closer together as a parent and child, coming closer together as friends. And then in this process, we're creating a healthy home environment for our children. If ever we needed it before, we need healthy homes now for our children. So what have we learned on this evening? Talking about healthy communication in families. We learned how to problem solve without fighting. Are y'all going to practice this on this week? I need to know. Step 1, name the problem without using blame. Come on, let's review. Step 2, say what you want just for yourself. Step 3, ask for the other person's point of view. Step 4, brainstorm solutions. Step 5, decide on a solution that works best for both of you. And step 6, check in with each other. How is this solution working for both of you? Not just one person, not just the one who brought it up. But do we need to make changes? And always remember that solving problems is a process. When we communicate effectively and work together to solve problems, we're modeling positive communication skills and creating a healthy home for our children. So I want you all to take it to heart. We want to have better relationships. We want to have better skills. We want to grow together in grace. We want to be able to get along. It's easy, remember, to get trapped in negative communication patterns that we learn from our own parents, who learned them from their parents. But we want to break these generational curses, break this negative behavior, break the negative family environment, and we want to reach forward to learn how to problem solve without fighting. Again, step 1, name the problem without using blame. Step 2, say what you want just for yourself. Step 3, ask for the other person's point of view. Step 4, brainstorm solutions. Step 5, decide on a solution that works best for both of you. And step 6, check in with each other. Step 6, check in with each other. I hope that this is a successful week for you in having healthy communication in your families. I'm Dr. Kimberly Clay, and this is Relationship Realities. I'll see you next week. Bye. Family Vibes Counseling Incorporated is a community-based, nonprofit organization based in the heart of Arkansas and Texas. The mission of Family Vibes Counseling is to provide support and therapeutic healing for families, individuals, and marriages, and to foster growth and development in individuals. Family Vibes Counseling is a 501c3 charity, and all donations are IRS recognized tax deductible. Together, we can change the statistics of our communities. Depression affects approximately 18.8 million American adults, or about 9.5% of the U.S. population age 18 and older in a given year. 80% of depressed people are not currently having any treatment. 41% of depressed women are too embarrassed to seek help. 1 in 5 children deal with some sort of mental, behavioral, or emotional problem. 1 in 10 children may have a serious emotional problem. Among adolescents, 1 in 8 may suffer from depression. Become a sponsor for Family Vibes Counseling today. Help us to help the community. You can become a monthly sponsor and donate as little as $20, $50, or $100 per month. You can go to Cashapp and donate now. $Family Vibes INC. Cashapp. That's $Family Vibes INC. Go to Givelify.com or download the Givelify app and search Family Vibes Counseling. Click your amount and enter your card information, all within 30 seconds. You can text DONATE to 972-589-1925 and get more information about becoming a monthly sponsor. Text DONATE to 972-589-1925. Thank you.